Welcome to Explore with Adam. Today we are diving into the story of the WOW signal and unraveling the cosmic mystery. You know, it's a tale that starts on a seemingly ordinary summer morning back in 1977, but trust me, it takes a sharp turn into the truly bizarre.
It certainly does. Picture this, August 15th, 1977. The Big Ear radio telescope at Ohio State University is diligently sweeping the cosmos. It's part of a routine SETI survey, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
Right, SETI, looking for signals.
Exactly. And then it detects something that, well, makes you wonder if we're not so alone after all. A powerful, fleeting radio burst that we now know as the WOW signal.
Okay, let's unpack this for a second. A routine survey. So they were just out there listening to the universe hum, kind of hoping for a cosmic phone call.
Pretty much, yeah. The scientists involved in SETI at that time were systematically scanning the sky. Their ears, or rather their sophisticated instruments, tuned for any signals that couldn't be explained by the usual astrophysical suspects.
And this one was different.
Oh, definitely. What made the WOW signal so extraordinary, the reason it stuck with us for so long, was its sheer undeniable intensity. It just dwarfed the regular background radiation.
Strong enough to make someone sit up and say, wait, what was that?
Exactly. The astronomer who first encountered it on the printed data, Dr. Jerry R. Eman, he was so taken aback by its incredibly unusual profile, he didn't just note it, he circled it emphatically and scrawled, "Wow," right there in the margin.
Just wow.
Just wow. That single spontaneous annotation perfectly captured the astonishment it generated and, of course, became its enduring name. You can almost picture him, right? Leaning back in his chair, staring at that printout and just uttering, wow. It's that universal human reaction to something truly unexpected.
And this wasn't some long, drawn-out transmission, right?
Yeah.
It was a real blink-and-you-miss-it moment in cosmic terms.
Very brief indeed. It lasted for a mere 72 seconds.
72 seconds, that's it.
It's just over a minute in the grand scheme of the universe. And here's where it gets really interesting. Despite countless attempts to redetect it, to hear even a whisper of a repeat, it has never been observed again.
Never.
Consider this. It's like hearing a single, incredibly loud shout in a completely silent stadium, and then nothing, ever again. That singularity is a huge part of the mystery.
That's mind-blowing. A signal that strong just appears for a cosmic heartbeat and then vanishes into the void. So the immediate burning question must have been, was this a deliberate hello from someone out there, or just some bizarre cosmic hiccup that our telescopes happen to catch?
That's the fundamental question, isn't it? The central fork in the road that has fueled decades of investigation and passionate debate. Was this a signpost from another civilization, a technological signature stretching across interstellar distances? Or was it a natural, albeit incredibly unusual phenomenon that our instruments just happened to be pointed at the precise right moment?
Now, when we talk about SETI, the whole mission is to identify signals that look like they've been engineered, right?
Yeah.
Not just the random static of the cosmos.
That's the goal, yeah.
What was it about the WOW signal, beyond its strength, that suggested it might have an artificial origin?
Well, several key characteristics stood out. Firstly, as we've mentioned, the remarkable intensity couldn't be easily dismissed, just way, way stronger than the background. But perhaps even more compelling was its exceptionally narrow bandwidth.
Narrow bandwidth, meaning?
Think of tuning an old radio. Natural static is spread across the dial, right? All fuzzy. A narrow signal is like a pure single tone, very distinct. It often indicates something intentionally produced. Natural radio emissions from space tend to be much broader, sort of scattered across a wider range of frequencies. The WOW signal was tightly focused.
So it's like a laser beam of radio waves, relatively speaking, not a floodlight.
In a sense, yes, a good analogy. And then there's the frequency itself. The WOW signal was detected very close to 1420 megahertz.
Okay, 1420 megahertz. Why is that number important?
It's incredibly significant because it corresponds to the spectral line of hydrogen.
Hydrogen, like the element.
Exactly, the most abundant element in the entire universe. Every element emits and absorbs radiation at specific fingerprints or spectral lines. Hydrogen's is very prominent across the cosmos. This makes this frequency a logical choice, almost a universal meeting point, for anyone trying to signal their existence across vast distances.
I see.
Think of it. If you wanted to send a message across the cosmos, what's the most universally recognizable hello? Hydrogen is kind of the cosmic alphabet.
That's a powerful point. It's like picking a frequency that anyone with a radio telescope would likely be listening to anyway.
Precisely.
But then, as we keep coming back to, the fact that we've never heard it again, That really throws a cosmic spanner in the works, doesn't it?
It does indeed. The lack of redetection is a major hurdle for the extraterrestrial hypothesis, a really big one. If it were a consistent beacon from an alien civilization, you'd reasonably expect to detect it again when our telescopes were pointed in the same direction.
Makes sense.
This silence has led many to suggest alternative explanations. Perhaps it was a natural astrophysical event that, by sheer chance, just happened to mimic some characteristics of an artificial signal.
Oh,
Or, and this is less romantic, but still a possibility, it could have been some form of unrecognized, localized, human-made interference at that specific time and location. Maybe a satellite or something terrestrial we didn't account for back then.
a true one-hit wonder of the universe, maybe.
Yeah.
A fleeting alignment of cosmic circumstance.
Exactly. A unique cosmic alignment, a transient phenomenon that we simply haven't had the opportunity to observe before or since. Could be.
So given this enduring mystery, what have scientists been doing in the decades since? It's not like they just filed it away as unexplained and
Yeah.
moved on, right?
Yeah,
Must
yeah,
have
yeah.
driven them crazy.
Absolutely not. No, the signal has remained a tantalizing puzzle, prompting really intense scientific scrutiny. Astronomers have diligently re-examined archival data from the Big Ear telescope, meticulously searching for any other similar signals that might have been overlooked, just combing through everything again.
Right.
They've redirected other powerful radio telescopes towards the same specific region of the sky, hoping against hope to catch a recurrence.
Pointing everything they could find at that spot.
Pretty much. And with the remarkable advancements in technology, new and far more sophisticated methods of signal analysis have been developed, in part directly inspired by the unique characteristics of the, signal itself, trying to find weaker signals or different patterns.
But despite all that effort, the cosmic phone has stayed silent on that particular frequency from that particular direction. Still.
Precisely. Still nothing that definitively matches the original remarkable signal. And this persistent elusiveness is right at the heart of the ongoing debate.
So you have the two camps, basically.
Yeah. Skeptics often argue, quite reasonably, that the lack of any repetition is a critical weakness for the extraterrestrial explanation. You need reproducibility in science generally. They point to the growing catalog of transient cosmic phenomena, that we are constantly discovering things like fast radio bursts, FRBs, for example, as increasingly plausible natural explanations. Some of those are very strange, too.
Right, we're finding all sorts of weird, short-lived stuff out there now.
Exactly. Even highly unusual forms of terrestrial or atmospheric noise, maybe less likely, can't be entirely dismissed as possibilities.
But for those who still hold on to the idea of an alien origin, the specific details of the signal, that narrow bandwidth and the hydrogen line frequency, those still carry weight, don't they? That can't just be a coincidence.
They do indeed. Proponents of an artificial origin maintain that the specific properties of the signal are simply too precise, deliberate looking, to be easily explained by naturally occurring cosmic sources we know about. The level of engineering that would seem to be required to produce such a signal, they argue, makes an extraterrestrial intelligence the most compelling, albeit still unproven, explanation.
So the jury is still very much out.
And so the scientific community remains thoughtfully divided, with no definitive answer firmly in hand. It's a proper mystery.
It's just incredible how this one brief 72-second blip has had such a long and powerful impact. And it's not just the scientists who are captivated by it, is it? The wow signal has really burrowed its way to our popular culture.
Absolutely. Oh, completely. The wow signal has captured the imagination of the public in a way that few other scientific mysteries have managed. It has become a recurring motif in countless books, documentaries, science fiction stories, all sorts of discussions and thought experiments about the profound possibility of life existing beyond Earth.
Yeah, you hear about it all the time in that context.
It perfectly embodies that tantalizing, almost primal human desire to know if we are truly alone in the vastness of the universe.
It's like a tiny cosmic breadcrumb that we just can't quite figure out how to follow, a clue we can't crack.
Precisely. A perfect way to put it. It serves as a potent symbol of the deep cosmic mysteries that still surround us, powerfully highlighting just how much we have yet to learn and understand about the universe we inhabit.
And the name itself, wow.
Exactly. The simple, almost childlike name itself, wow, perfectly encapsulates that initial sense of wonder and the enduring uncertainty that continues to define it. It's a constant reminder that the universe is likely far stranger and more surprising than we can currently imagine, and it continually pushes us to expand our intellectual horizons.
So even though the mystery remains unsolved, the wow Signal has had a tangible impact on the field of SETI itself, hasn't it? It's
Yeah.
not just a curious anecdote they tell at conferences.
Undeniably, yeah. Its legacy within the field of SETI is significant and far-reaching. It acted as a major catalyst, really. It spurred the development of more sensitive and sophisticated instruments, and crucially, more refined techniques for detecting transient and unusual signals, things that pop up and disappear quickly.
Like the WOW signal itself.
Exactly. Researchers now operate under the distinct understanding that if genuine extraterrestrial signals do exist, they might be incredibly rare, incredibly brief, and therefore demand a much more persistent, more innovative, and multifaceted approach to our observational strategies. We can't just expect a continuous beacon.
It's made us better listeners, in a cosmic sense, more attuned to the fleeting whispers, maybe.
Exactly. That's a good way to think about it. And since that pivotal moment in 1977, we've witnessed a significant expansion in SETI efforts on a global scale. There are more research groups, more collaborative projects, and greater resources being dedicated to the ongoing search.
So kick things up a notch.
It really did. Wow. Signal stands as a powerful and enduring reminder that scientific exploration is not a static endeavor, but a dynamic and continuous process, and that even a single, completely unexplained event can fundamentally revolutionize our thinking and drive the trajectory of future scientific inquiry. It underscores the vital importance of maintaining an open mind and continuing to listen to the universe with all the technological tools and intellectual curiosity we possess. Keep looking. Keep listening.
Thinking about this on a grander scale, this brief 72-second burst of radio waves really makes you ponder humanity's place in the vast cosmic tapestry, doesn't it? It feels bigger than just a radio signal.
It truly does, yeah. The wow signal compels us to contemplate the sheer immensity of space and the almost unfathomable range of possibilities that could exist beyond the confines of our own planet. The fundamental question of whether or not we are alone in the cosmos is a profoundly philosophical one, isn't it? It touches upon the very core of our existence and our understanding of the universe's intricate workings and evolutionary pathways.
Definitely.
The wow signal, in its enduring enigmatic silence, forces us to confront the interplay of chance, necessity, and perhaps even destiny in the grand unfolding narrative of the cosmos. Where do we fit in?
It's like a tiny, distant mirror reflecting our own brief and fragile existence back at us against the backdrop of eternity. That fleeting nature.
In a way, yes. Its ephemeral nature can be interpreted as a powerful metaphor for those rare and fleeting moments of profound insight or clarity that we experience in our own lives. Precious and often transient glimpses of deeper understanding.
Ah, interesting parallel.
The wow signal, whether it originated from a distant technology or a previously unknown natural process, stands as a testament to the enduring beauty of uncertainty and the boundless realm of possibilities that the universe continues to hold.
So after all these decades, the signal remains exactly what its name suggests, a cosmic wow. A persistent mystery that continues to deeply intrigue and inspire both the scientific community and the collective human imagination.
Precisely. Couldn't say it better. While definitive answers resolutely remain elusive, the signal's profound impact on scientific inquiry and our collective human imagination is absolutely undeniable. It serves as a powerful and persistent reminder that the pursuit of knowledge is not always a straightforward path with guaranteed outcomes.
No easy answers here.
Not at all. It's an ongoing journey, often filled with fascinating uncertainties, yet always holding the exciting promise of potential new discoveries that could forever alter our understanding of the universe and our place within it.
And on that thought, let's leave you with this to ponder. Whether the wow signal was a deliberate whisper from an extraterrestrial neighbor or the result of a unique and still unexplained cosmic phenomenon, it undeniably compels each of us to look up at the night sky with a renewed sense of wonder and to embrace the vast unknown in our continuous exploration of the universe, suggesting that perhaps the truest and most profound mystery lies not just in the signal itself, but in the boundless potential of human curiosity that drives us to keep listening. Thanks for diving deep with us.